This is VSiN, the sports betting network.
The numbers told the story, they always do.
It's one of those idiots who believe in analytics.
This is a numbers game with Gil Alexander on VSiN.
Good Thursday morning to you. It is a numbers game at VSiN, the sports betting network. VSiN.com, Game Plus, iHeartRadio, YouTube TV, Sirius XM Channel 158. Gil Alexander, Kelly Midland in the hizzy. Thursday morning, 3 days away from Super Bowl 60. What's happening?
Not much, man. Excited for the Super Bowl. Excited for NBA trade deadline today. Excited for NFL awards to be announced.
Yeah, it's a
and
big
excited
day.
for the Waste Management Phoenix Open, too.
It's a big
Underway.
day. It's a big day. We had Rufus on the podcast yesterday. Rufus Peabody had to bounce after 45 minutes because at that point, at 11:45 a.m. Pacific, he had exactly 60 minutes before his Frontier Airlines flight took off. So I had to shoo him out.
Oh, man.
And then he texts me. He goes, I'm easy. I'm here with 15 minutes to spare. Because apparently security was tight. And then he said, the computers are down. No one has a seat.
Oh, God.
The greatest bettor of our generation was taking a Frontier flight to the Waste Management Open. I'm like, well, sounds like a you problem.
I was joking about him on the private jet yesterday, but that makes more sense, actually.
Yeah. So we'll talk about that. Kelly's got some Phoenix Open thoughts there. Zach and Crack on a Thursday. Crack coming up later, unscripted. That doesn't change on Super Bowl week. Zach on the NBA and Super Bowl 60, of course. We will check in again because we haven't talked NFL awards for a long, long time. These are still up at Kalshi, are they?
Yeah.
So they're still bettable with the announcement
Some of
tonight.
them are, I should
Some
say,
of them.
yeah.
Yes, not all of them. Some of them are up. I got a lot riding on this, like Offensive Player of the Year. Like if Puka wins, this is a big night for me.
Mm-hmm.
With the Kalshi bet there.
45-1 on Matthew Stafford, so
that's huge for you, too. So this is a big night. We'll get to the trade deadline here momentarily. And Drew Dinsick, who did not join us on his usual Tuesday spot because the man's in the Bay, and now he's headed to Milan for the Winter Olympics.
I think he hops on a flight today.
Hops on a flight today. There's our guest tracker once again on a flight. But Drew will join us to talk Super Bowl 60. He'll talk NBA with us and the Olympics, the Winter Olympics, because we have a lot of questions about it from folks. He's got bets. He said he's in deep on a couple of these.
I made some bets yesterday on it, Gil. Taylor Drew on a couple things.
He's in deep on a couple big macro Olympics long bets, if you will.
Yeah.
And we have questions from folks. Folks already asking this morning about curling.
That's what I would. I'm gonna put his feet to the fire. I want more specifics. Because this was un-Dinsick like in what he texted me yesterday, where it was kind of the more basic markets, like you're talking about, the metal markets and stuff.
This is also Drew. We know him as a mild-mannered, friendly reporter from your daily metropolitan newspaper, but he's a seismologist by day. Mm-hmm. He's a seismologist. Do you know that there is and forgive me for not citing who alerted me of this first on Twitter.
Remember, that's why he's big into wine. He likes to drink, and he loves the ground.
Well, there has been a rash of earthquakes in California. A rash, meaning none with huge Richter scale,
there's one that hit Monday.
Meters, but there's a bunch of them. And so this gives us an opportunity to ask, is this something we need to worry about? Also, is this something we need to bet on? But it's, we have the opportunity. We might as well ask him about that as well.
Sure, yeah, absolutely.
As far as the NBA trade deadline, 3 p.m. Eastern today, 12 noon Pacific. So we are a little less than 5 hours away from the end of this madness. And by madness, I mean I don't think he's getting traded now. The biggest trade yesterday in terms of a Giannis reading to me is the Warriors went elsewhere.
Yes.
And by the way, for those of us, forget about my bet on the Warriors getting Giannis, but just for Warriors fans, what a deflating moment this was yesterday. Yeah. Oh, God. Warriors decide they can't wait any longer. They saw the writing on the wall that the Bucks weren't gonna pull the trigger on this, so they send Jonathan Kuminga and Buddy Hield. Hield was not having a good season. Kuminga, who Steve Kerr has never liked, it seems, in all these years at Golden State. They send them to Atlanta. Kristaps Porzingis comes back the other way. Porzingis has barely played this year. So, yeah, that's not moving the needle for either of those teams really in the short term. And does it knock the Warriors out of an off-season chance at Giannis? No, because then you could throw in Porzingis or Butler and that kind of thing. But it certainly does here before the trade deadline today. And I thought as I think you have, Kelly, that the Warriors had the best offer on the table for the Bucks. So this kind of leads me to believe, now I'm in the camp of nothing's going to happen with Giannis before the deadline today.
I think it's over. I think you put it perfectly. I think with as much I think there's Minnesota, Miami, maybe even Chicago. We've brought them up all along. I'll continue to bring them up. I think they will be making last ditch efforts today. I think if you're Minnesota, you want to get this done now because you don't want other teams to get involved, right? In theory, that was a situation for Golden State.
This was the Warriors thing too.
Yeah,
this was your best chance.
In theory, that was the same thing for Golden State. So yes, Gil, I don't think you're. I mean, even ESPN has it in their article. I don't think you're reading into anything, and I think it is very much signal from Golden State that okay, this guy's either not getting moved, period, or was not getting moved to Golden State at least. So they waved the white flag, went to go after Porzingis, and yeah, Chris Foster and I were talking about before the show, man, deflating is the right word, right? Because where do the Warriors stack up in the Western Conference right now?
At all.
Jimmy Butler's hurt. You just moved for Porzingis. I mean, whatever. Kuminga wasn't playing either. So, but
it was the only chance to make him relevant.
Make him relevant, but yeah, I think it's going to be an early exit for Golden State, unfortunately.
If even an exit at all.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, at this point, who knows? So super deflating for fans of that club. But then the other big name that went yesterday. Oh, you want to say something?
Yeah, just I'll pull up those numbers real quick. I should have included it right there, but even Kalshi's telling us the same thing. It was minus 480 before the show for Giannis to return to Milwaukee.
There it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, prohibitive favorite at this point. Again, 5 hours still to go. Who knows?
Yeah, still plenty of time. We should say that.
Still to go, but we'll see. The other big name that was
5:25 now.
Anthony Davis goes from, do you see this coming? From the Mavericks to
sort of
the Wizards, which is an interesting, first of all, now let's just, if we can now do the postscript on the Luka trade, oh God, it just got worse.
Oh yeah.
It's because now no more Anthony Davis as well. So Anthony Davis ends up one of the 75 greatest players in NBA history, but riddled with injuries here at the end of his career, if not for most of his career, but certainly now is just a large contract going around the league. But the Wizards, it's interesting from a Wizards standpoint because, by the way, the Mavericks in that deal, they trade Anthony Davis, Jaden Hardy, D'Angelo Russell, and Dante Exum to Washington for Chris Middleton, A.J. Johnson, Malachi Branham, and Marvin Bagley III. Geez, Marvin Bagley III. Remember, it was second pick in the draft, was he?
Yes, he was.
2 first-round picks and 3 second-rounders also go to Dallas, so they can justify it with that. And if you're the Wizards, it's interesting because the Wizards have to stay as one of the first 8 picks in the draft, otherwise they lose it. But I don't think Anthony Davis is going to suit up for them for the rest of the year. So it's kind of a, and who knows when Trae comes, when Trae Young starts to play. So the Wizards' calculation on this is we're never relevant. Now at least we have 2 names, and in training camp we can start with Trae Young, Anthony Davis, Alexander Sarr, and one of the top 8 picks in a loaded draft.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, we're kind of something.
Absolutely. In an Eastern Conference, sure. I mean, we've talked about all year is this Eastern Conference and how open it is, and not seeing a team next year that's going to make a massive leap up from where we're at. Well, Indiana and Boston will be back at full strength. That will be a problem. But yeah, they're right in that mix. And we're talking about the Charlotte Hornets potentially making the playoffs this year. Like, they're right on that outside looking in. The Washington Wizards, you had Trae Young, you had Anthony Davis. You just set it up perfect, Gil. I think you've got the building blocks there, much like the Utah Jazz. The difference is, the Wizards are definitely on the older side when it comes to AD and Trae Young. Jazz a little bit more to look forward to as far as the future goes. But I think this is interesting. It just kind of says something overall. I think how NBA trades are going to go in this kind of new financial world of there's going to be so few teams left with large amounts of money to operate with. And these teams, the Wizards and Jazz, that have been tanking for years now, and it was like, okay, when are you going to finally pull the trigger? They had an opportunity this time around because other teams didn't. And they went and made a move for players that, let's be honest, would they have really gone there in free agency? Or if they had a no-trade clause? No, they probably wouldn't have. Gil, just to go through it all, Mavericks turn Luka Doncic into Max Christie, a 2029 Lakers first-round pick, a 2026 Thunder pick, that would likely be the 30th overall, 2030 Warriors first round, if it's in the 21 to 30 range, and 3 second-round picks.
Hey, way to go, Babs. Although, but at least now it's all erased, and you can start building around Cooper Flag for real.
Thank you. I do feel like I have to be the guy it's easy to say that. We can dunk on the Mavericks for the Luka stuff, But all of that changed after Cooper Flagg, right? The outlook on what this team should be now and in the future should have changed after they drafted.
Here's the only one I want to ask you about from yesterday in terms of actual bets, leading to bets, because none of those teams, those are all moving middle teams and worse teams around. The Sixers trade Jared McCain to the Thunder for a 2026 Rockets first-round pick and 3 second-round picks, according to Shams Charania. Now, this is interesting because Jared McCain was really good before his injury as a rookie.
He was an odds-on favorite to win Rookie of the Year.
Yes, he was. Hasn't really done anything this year either, early. Yeah. The Oklahoma City Thunder, of course, have massive amounts of draft capital. And so here's them now with Shea sidelined for a bit, unloading a bunch of those. I mean, I think the Sixers can say to themselves, hey, cool, we get all these picks, right? Oklahoma City Thunder, it's interesting. McCain's, it's sort of an interesting pickup for them here in the interim. And also, who knows, down the road, does this make you feel better about the Thunder? Winning a championship remains neutral for you?
Yeah, it makes me feel better. I think you can only say that. In the long run, this is an addition. And a player, look, a lot of the NBA reporters, I heard O'Brien Windhorst say this yesterday, because of the draft capital that the Thunder have, and they've done this multiple times now, they can pay just a little bit extra than every other team can. And while others might think of it as overpaying from their team standpoint, for the Thunder, it's not overpaying. And I think this is a two-part story, right, Gail? And we'll check out the MVP odds on the other side. But with Shea out, getting another body in helps. That was part of the reason. But no, this is more about depth going into the playoffs. And absolutely, I heard Windhorst say it. I heard a couple other NBA guys say it. This is viewed around the league as another fleecing by the Oklahoma City Thunder.
It's so funny because you'll read some Sixers blogs who think it's the other way fleecing.
Yeah.
So funny to see that. What was your response?
No.
Yeah. Let's talk about the NBA a little more on the other side.
Laptop or phone, couch or sportsbook, VSiN goes where you go. Wherever you watch VSiN, the experience stays seamless. Live shows, replays, and sports-specific clips all at your fingertips. VSiN Watch puts you in the driver's seat. Available in Roku, Samsung, Amazon, iOS, Android, app stores, or get it direct from the source at VSiN.com. Download VSiN Watch today on your favorite app store and join us on the Sports Betting Network.
This is VSiN, a network of sports betting analysts, writers, hosts, and handicappers, all here to help you become a more confident bettor. We broadcast live every day from Las Vegas, the sports betting capital of the world, and from studios across the country, giving you insight from every angle of the action. Take VSiN with you wherever you go with the VSiN Watch app, or catch us on streaming platforms and regional sports networks. You can also listen live on SiriusXM Channel 158 and on radio stations nationwide. Check out VSiN.com as well for betting tools, exclusive betting splits, AI-powered player prop projections from Opta, pro picks for every game, plus in-depth betting guides and articles built to give you an edge. From sharp betting analysis and daily best bets to insider interviews and expert breakdowns, VSiN is your trusted source for everything happening in the world of sports betting. See everything we have to offer at VSiN.com and become part of the Sports Betting Network.
Coming up on the next edition of Follow the Money, Paul Charchian back. One last ride. His best player props, wide receivers and quarterbacks. Nick Whalen to talk NBA trades and also his best bets for the Super Bowl. David Purdom, ESPN, on his latest article that dropped about prediction markets. And Steve Wist, the meat man, to talk Premier League and lower league soccer. Follow the Money 4 to 7 Eastern on VSiN, the Sports Betting Network, Sirius XM Channel 158. Check out the website for all the betting tools and analysis.
VSiN, the Sports Betting Network.
Biggest game of the year deserves more than a guess. VSiN Super Bowl betting guide is out now, and it's built to help you bet the big game smarter. Inside this year's guide, in-depth breakdowns of both teams, Steve Makinen's Super Bowl simulation with detailed player projections, plus favorite prop bets, picks, and best bets from VSiN hosts and experts. You can download the guide right now for just $19.99 or become a VSiN Pro subscriber. Get the Super Bowl betting guide included along with daily best bets, real-time betting splits, AI-powered prop tools, 24/7 video, all of that on the VSiN Watch app. Everything you need, one game, one edge. Finish football season strong. Head to VSiN.com/guide. That's VSIN.com/guide. We're all in there with our picks, man. Our favorite bets, MVP, all of us here at VSiN at the in the guide, done expertly once again by the great Adam Burke and crew.
Mm-hmm.
Berkey deserving all the credit always
absolutely.
on this stuff.
All the guides, baseball guide coming out soon. Can't wait.
Hey, tomorrow I am on Golic and Golic, kind enough to have me on again on their show over there at FanDuel. Looking forward to that, talking wacky Super Bowl props with them, I believe.
Okay, nice.
And then the next day, I don't know why I never
remember Blue Gatorade.
Blue Gatorade. I'll give you a shout out. My producer Kelly Bidlin. So one other thing, Saturdays. This has become a tradition unlike any other in the sports gambling space. Captain Jack, our buddy Captain Jack Andrews.
Yep.
He has a thing that he does every Saturday before the Super Bowl. I'm going to get it off my phone because it's not working out here on the old laptop. But he does a live stream on Twitter. Have you seen this ever? The Saturday night before the Super Bowl?
No.
So I think he's done it for like 5 years, I want to say. Jack will correct me if I'm wrong on that. But he's done it for many years in a row now. And by the way, he's been kind enough to have me on most of them, if not all, which is super kind because sometimes my audio wasn't great. But on this year's, and this will start at about 7:05 Eastern on Saturday night and goes to like 10:35 Eastern.
Okay.
And it's just people slotted one after the other. Doug Kazarian is on there. Isaac Rose Berman, who Rufus was talking to us about yesterday off air during the podcast. Gina Fiore, my mishpucha, Chrissy Andrews, Frank B. will be on there. Dustin Gauker from the Las Vegas, he does some of the legal stuff here in the gambling space. The great Roxy Roxborough, of course, will be on there as well. David Hill, who covers the gambling industry. Sammy P., Andrew Molitor, our buddy Tim Lawson will be on there. Matt Landis will be on there. Justin Fan. So kind of, Captain Jack gets a who's who of folks on there, and everybody spends like 10, 15 minutes, and then we bounce. It goes to the next person.
That's great.
And Jack does it for 3 hours, plus the Saturday night before Super Bowl this weekend. So looking forward to that as well.
Yeah, that's awesome.
We get tweets at Beat the Book. I want to get to some of these here because before they stack up. Derek Gwynn says, can you say cover Southern Miss basketball? Got to make free throws to win. Also, my dad owned a bunch of newspapers in Mississippi, so I grew up in the newspaper business, so it was sad to hear about the Washington Post sports page yesterday. Yeah, man. Washington Post sports page, which I just learned about before the show yesterday, RIP, as a main part of the cuts made at the Washington Post yesterday. Joe Arsu, now Sunmu gone from the Bulls. What's the Bulls' plan, he says. This just happened before the show. We mentioned yesterday the Bulls...
I don't know the Bulls' plan.
Had a million guards and no bigs. We have no idea what their plan is.
I mean, that was I mentioned it on the show yesterday. Like Kalshi's been fun during the NBA trade deadline, Gil. Like it has been like a lot of the bets we talk about, right? Like we were out here yesterday, talked about the guard situation in Chicago. It was minus 400, but Kobe White was easy yesterday. Like you can read into some of these situations. The Bulls' plan is. I'm going to guess that they're still trying to package together stuff and send it to Milwaukee. They're third of the betting odds right now, at least to get him. That number's come back down. I've never fully understood it. But look, otherwise, I think if you are a Chicago Bulls backer, they are at least reorganizing this depth chart and reorganizing their money. So I'm just glad to see the front office actually do stuff. And I know it's with Vooch. We were talking yesterday. You bought high on Vooch, sold low. It's not great. I think if you're a Bulls fan, though, you need to get beyond the DeRozan, the Levine, the Vucevic era. Like, the 500 basketball is not getting you anywhere.
I was going to say, was that an era?
Yeah, that was an era of 500 basketball.
James Robinson talking about the Megapod. I'm based in Ireland, he says, but I never miss a show. Thanks for the laughs, insight, but more importantly, company throughout the years. enjoy the Super Bowl. Thank you, James. That means a lot to Todd, Will, and I. We appreciate that. Shooter McGamblin, I'm almost positive. Oh, because we were talking about on the Megapod yesterday how this spread is 4.5. Do you know when the last time a Super Bowl has had a spread of greater than 4.5? Because Shooter McGamblin was saying I was almost positive the spread in the Nick Foles Super Bowl. He said Eagles versus Pats was Pats -6, but that it might have been 6 at one point. But I'm talking about the closing line. This is according to OddsShark.
I have no idea.
The last Super Bowl that had a spread larger than 4.5, I was not aware of this till Rufus brought it up, and I checked, and he's right. The Saints-Colts Super Bowl is how far you have to go back. That was Super Bowl 44, if I'm reading the Roman numerals correct. Yeah, 44. So that's 15, 16 Super Bowls ago now.
Mm-hmm.
That was Indianapolis -5. The year before that, Pittsburgh was a 7-point favorite against Arizona. The year before that, New England was a 12-point favorite and lost to the Giants. But since that Colts-Saints Super Bowl, we've topped out at 4.5 a bunch of tites, but that's it.
That's fascinating.
I was not aware of that till Rufus brought it up on the show
me either.
yesterday.
I mean, if you'd asked me what we've seen, I would have. I don't remember. I would have told you I don't remember a 7 in a long time. I remember that Steelers.
Yes.
I don't remember the 12-point. Patriots are that big of favorites?
Because
I know they were favorites, but
that was not the undefeated Patriots, was it? Or was that
that was, right?
Hold on, let me check. Was that the 20? Oh no, I think you're right. Yes,
it was, right? Yeah. I don't know why I thought they were like 9 or 10 or something.
That's correct. That was the undefeated Patriots. That's right. Because the 2011 Patriots were only 2.5-point favorites when they lost. But yes, the about to be undefeated but never to be undefeated Patriots were 12-point favorites in that first Super Bowl against the Giants. This is from Alfonso Arambide. He says, great Super Bowl 60 Megapod once again. Like your two co-hosts, I too was not really feeling a side, but then I heard Sam Darnold's granddad was the Marlboro man, and I too smoked Marlboro, so putting my bets in now. Hey, man, as good a reason as any.
Yeah.
This is from Bobby Geddes. If and when Drew comes on, he is, can you ask him about curling? Ken Palm has USA mixed doubles as the best team, and the favorite Italy isn't ranked anywhere. I've seen USA between plus 450 and 10-1, and Italy from even money to minus 175. Am I crazy, or do you have any insight? Well, we'll talk to Drew about it. And this is from Racing DFS. This is an interesting golf question. He says, instead of being a fish, betting the without Scotty market outrights, you should be taking advantage of this unique time where him being in tournament significantly inflates the odds of opponents. Scotty's great, but he is not winning 100% of the tournaments he enters. That is true. I did the research on that. He is not.
Facts.
He is not going to win 100%. He says, hopefully Gil brings us up on a show at some point. I can't stand the amount of without Scotty stuff I've been hearing of late. Oh, okay.
I bet the whole tournament. Didn't bet any without markets. But, look, you're right. You're right. It's still really hard to pick one golfer to win a golf tournament, especially when their name's not Scotty Scheffler. So I think the odds are pretty accurate of what they should be.
And mile marker 420 also with the Marlboro stuff. He says Sam Darnold needs to run out of the tunnel with a Marlboro in his mouth. Show some love to Grandpa. Okay, MVP shopping. So Shea is out till after the All-Star break, right? They're going to reevaluate his injury here.
And you would think no rush coming back, right, Gil?
No
Why would
rush.
you ever rush him back?
Season win total, schmeezin, schmin, schmodel. No one cares, right? On their side. Shea's still minus 230 at DraftKings and FanDuel to win MVP. Minus 210 now at BetMGM. So it's falling with his injury. Jokic creeping up a little bit, plus 350. Remember, you have a game floor to play. And Jokic has got there's 2 games that he can work with. That's about it.
It's less than that. He can miss 1, I think. Yeah, I actually learned more about this yesterday. If he misses 2 full games, I believe he is out of it.
2 full, he's out. Luka's 10-1, Cade's 20-1, Jaylen Brown's 35-1. Is there another bet here then in the MVP market besides Shea, besides Jokic? We keep trying to hammer this home that there isn't a player, but at some point it almost becomes, something that you should really be involved in, because what if these guys just don't have the requisite amount of games ultimately?
For Jokic, you're saying?
I'm talking about Jokic, but even like Shea, again, as you said, who knows?
Yeah, who knows? I guess I'm not worried about him missing that many games, but who knows? Who knows?
Right, but let's say they win 59 games in the end, and they're not that spectacular of a team in the regular season.
But that's like what we were talking about with Felica last week, right? Like, I hear you. I just don't know who's stealing it from him. Like, Luka Doncic's numbers are great. his number has come down. So he did get bet, right? We were looking at him at 11-1, 12-1 just yesterday when before SGA, we found out that he was injured. Gil, Lakers are 30-19. They're the 6th seed right now.
I know.
Like, part of MVP is winning games and getting a high seed, and I don't know if he's going to be viewed that way. Look, I've got plus 5-1 on Jokic from early in the season. Of course, I'll be rooting for that. I don't think you can bet this right now at plus 350. That is too thin of a margin to miss games. Now, I am saying that, and I just bet Wembanyama Defensive Player of the Year the other day. So, yeah, I think there's a difference between 2 and 4 games. It's
just that this market is begging for a bet right now. It's
begging. Look, I think you could look in the East. I do think I'll be happy if Cade gets home, too, because I got a silly bet from him early in the season. I guess that's where I'd bet, Gil, but I don't love it.
We'll ask Zack Cohen on the other side about this and more.
Time. There's nothing more valuable. It's what drives everyone to make the most of every moment. We celebrate living large in the now. In a city where time disappears, we create experiences that electrify the soul and memories that will last forever. We go big, we go all night, and here, everyone is invited. So get loose and get loud.
This is Circa. You'll have the time of your life.
Elevate your sports betting game with VSiN's exclusive betting splits. Stay ahead with real-time market trends and track bet percentages on any matchup, then uncover the edge by comparing them to the amount of bets placed to find out where the sharp money is headed. Upgrade to VSiN Pro to access betting splits, live odds, line moves, power ratings, and in-depth game analysis. Go to vsin.com/pro to join VSiN, the sports betting network.
This is VSiN, the sports betting network.
VSiN, the Sports Betting Network.
Kelly, Circa released their Major League Baseball regular season win totals yesterday.
Nice.
I had given out a couple earlier in the week. Guardians under 80.5. Circa opens them at 79. And then the Rangers, I had over 83.5. I think they opened the Rangers at 85, now at 84.
Okay.
So there you go.
No bets for you then.
Not what's that?
Said no bets for you then.
Not adding on at Circa. No.
Scheffler won under par.
Scheffler won under par?
Yeah.
What did you? By the way, you that tweet that we got earlier about the value. It's just hard to come up with someone else, kind of like in that MVP market we just talked about for you.
I mean,
yeah.
I don't. Feel free to tweet at me if you want to discuss more. I'm happy to do that. But look, his odds are short. There's going to be longer numbers out there because of that. But it's the odds are warranted. Like there's a reason why Scheffler's so short.
Robbie J920 on Twitter. An argument can be made that the New England Patriots defeated better teams this season. Seahawks schedule not exactly murderer's row. Wow.
That's a joke. Right?
That's a spin. Johnny Millionaire. Jokic projected to play 30 more games per RotoWire. That's 66 total. That doesn't qualify him, does it? Disqualify him, does it? Averaging 29.1 points per game, 12.1 rebounds, 10.5 assists. OKC fading of late and now SGA out, and will they rush him back? Doubtful. Buy signal for Mr. Trip Dub. There's no doubt Jokic's numbers are spectacular.
If he gets there.
Oh, it's his.
If he gets there, he is absolutely in this conversation, if not winning it.
Because these numbers are better than some of the years he won it.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. It's a gamble. Look, and you got to make that decision. If you want to get involved in MVP or Defensive Player of the Year, you got to make a decision, but it's largely based off that. And I did make a bet yesterday. We talked about it. I made Wembanyama, and I can only miss a few games there too, but you're talking about 2 months, right? Like we still got a fair amount of regular season left here.
Zack Cohen, kind enough to join us as part of the Zack and Crack comedy duo on Thursdays here on the show. You can follow him on Twitter at BettingOnX. Joins us courtesy of the Progressive guest line, as he always does. Zack, good morning to you, sir.
Good morning. How you guys doing?
Doing very well. Before we get to the award market you want to talk about, just randomly here, because of Shai's injury, because Nikola Jokic is sort of flirting with the allowed floor of games to play, is there another bet for you in this market, or are you like Kelly sort of saying, I just don't know who I would bet besides those two?
I think that if you're going to do something, it's like a sprinkle on Jaylen Brown. I really think that Brown has just been fantastic for Boston this season. Like the same argument you'd make for like a Joe Mazzulla to win, Coach of the Year is there were very low expectations for this Celtics team this season, and Brown has kind of been performing at an All-NBA level at the very least. Like I think he will be a first-team All-NBA player, and at least means he's going to be part of the conversation if it ends up being a situation where SGA and Joker are both ineligible for the award. So I'd be looking at Brown compared to the other guys because I think he's kind of right in that level with all of them, with Luka, Cade. Like I don't see any difference between the three. If anything, I have Cade and Jaylen Brown both ahead of Luka.
All right, Coach of the Year is where you do like a bet.
Yeah, I actually had played this at plus 400 last week and talked about it on Hardwood Handicappers, but I think Jordan Knott's going to win this award. Like I know that the market currently reflects that Bickerstaff is the favorite, but Detroit went into this season with the expectations of potentially making a leap in the Eastern Conference, and all they've done this season is make that expected leap. Phoenix is a team that was the clown show of the offseason, with everyone saying that they didn't get enough for Durant. They were going to win 30 or fewer games and end up, in a top 5 draft slot and not end up having their pick. But all of a sudden, this team is in the Western Conference playoffs and not just in the play-in. They are the 6th seed in the West, and their metrics are incredible. Like they are a borderline top 10 team when you're talking about adjusted net rating over at dunks and threes. And they've been one of the best defensive teams in the league, despite not having, the greatest looking defensive roster. And then offensively, their half-court offense has been good. And they've also had guys in and out of the lineup all year, which is not something that you'd really be able to expect this team to be able to navigate. Like Devin Booker is the only real all-star on this team. I know that Brooks has played out of his mind, but that's another testament to the work that Ott has done. But Booker's missed a lot of time. They have not had Jalen Green for pretty much the entire season, and they just continue to win games. And pretty much everybody on this team, besides Booker, is having a career year. And like that has to be a credit to Ott. So I just think in the end, if the Suns are still in this position of being top 6, he's going to end up winning.
Yeah, Zach, I love it. We talked a little bit about this yesterday. I think I'm going to join you there as well. I think it's probably down to those top 2 names on the board, Bickerstaff and Ott. But yeah, man, maybe Bickerstaff will win this thing. Maybe he should be favored. I just don't think there should be that big a difference between where he's at -120 and Jordan Ott. You can get close to 4-1. So I'm right there with you. There's no team that I was more off on than the Phoenix Suns. I mean, Gil, we're talking about Kevin Durant just left your team. And you're playing and you're doing this well this year.
Phoenix Suns season win total, correct me if I'm wrong, was 31.5. Is that correct?
Sounds right.
Yep.
And they have won 31 games at this point already. But Detroit's season win total was 45.5. Right. So much greater expectations on the Pistons in the Eastern Conference. You do have a couple sides in the NBA tonight, starting with the Mavericks after having made that big trade yesterday.
Yeah, so I do have the Mavericks plus 7.5 against the Spurs. This is the second leg of a back-to-back for San Antonio, and I know that they ended up beating up on OKC last night. They played against like the C team for that Thunder team, but they still played, their rotation players 25 plus minutes, and Fox played 33. Wemby played 28. Like, they're probably not exhausted, but there will be some tired legs, and this Mavericks team was off last night, and they've just been a really reliable bet this season when facing good competition. They are also just like playing really well around Cooper Flagg, who has turned into one of the best offensive players in the league, like at the snap of a finger. And while they did just make that deal moving AD out, they didn't really trade any of their rotation pieces, at least their current rotation pieces. Like they moved, AD, Jaden Hardy, those guys, Dante Exum, D'Angelo Russell. These were players that had fallen out of favor or had not been playing. They have not lost anybody that's contributing to this current version of the team. And moving forward with that deal, I actually do think they got a little bit better just because Marvin Bagley's had a good year. I think if Middleton is not bought out, he can help them. But yeah, I think the Mavericks keep this game somewhat close tonight.
Zach with the rare, I will not pick the dregs of the NBA appearance on the show today.
That's right.
Taking the Mavs, also taking the Hornets plus the points tonight.
Yeah, Hornets plus 4. I also took some Hornets money line at plus 138. They are coming off 2 full days of rest. The Rockets played last night, and it's their third game in 4 nights. And I kind of think it shouldn't be lost that Houston was just not able to contain Boston last night. And Charlotte plays a very similar offense to the one that Boston plays. Charles Lee, the Hornets head coach, was an assistant under Joe Mazzulla and won a championship with that Celtics team. It is a very 3-heavy offense, a very Morey ball forward offense where it's threes and layups. And I do just kind of think if Houston is any bit tired this evening, which they might be given the rest spot, they might have trouble kind of keeping up with this Charlotte team, which is number 1 in the NBA in offensive rating over the last 12 games and about to get better, by the way, with the addition of Kobe White.
And no surprise, the Magic are huge favorites over the Nets tonight. You have a creative way of playing this game.
Yeah, I have Anthony Black over 15.5 points, and I also took a little bit of him to score 20-plus points at plus 220. I just think that Black, if you look at all season long, he has taken advantage of these spots where either Jalen Suggs or Franz Wagner have been out. It's Wagner that's going to be out tonight. He's averaging a little over 18 points per game when Wagner does not play. And I think that the last 2 games have kind of changed things a little bit for him because he's, averaging 10.5 points per game over the last 2. But those were games against the Spurs and the Thunder. This Nets team is 29th in the NBA in defensive rating over the last 15 games. And all of their weaknesses kind of play into Black's strengths, whether that's scoring in transition, scoring on spot ups. Like this Nets team is very weak at all of it. The Nets are also very weak defending the basket, and Black is good at driving to the rim. So I think he's going to have a really strong offensive game tonight.
All right, Zach, Super Bowl 60, 3 days away. Remind us where you stand on this game and what you've bet so far.
I still only have the Patriots plus 4.5. I'm not sure if I'm going to add anything. It's kind of a situation where I don't really love the game overall. And it's like, I feel like I have to force something because it's the Super Bowl and I don't really want to do it. Trying to hold strong right now. But as of right now, I have New England plus 4.5. I do think that this Patriots defense is going to have some success against Seattle. I think the Patriots run defense is really, really good. And I just don't think Kenneth Walker is going to get it going. And I think it's going to come down to whether or not Sam Darnold is making throws down the field. And maybe he doesn't. Maybe he does. Maybe he doesn't. I don't think he's going to have a great game. But if he does have a strong game, I said it to Dustin Sweetelson, he deserves it because he escaped my Jets.
Yeah, I think it does deserve to be mentioned that I think you reflect at least a good portion of the betting public, right? Maybe not the betting public, but at least those who bet seriously or for a living, which is you just don't feel that you don't have that much conviction on the game. You don't want to force anything. We were talking on the Megapod yesterday. I'll have more on tennis that day, probably, right? Todd will have more on college basketball that day. But you are on the Patriots, plus 4.5, and no MVP bet with that at all? No, nothing.
Nothing yet.
Okay.
I'll look for ways to add it, and if I do add it, you'll see it on the Pro Picks page. But as of right now, just Patriots, and you are absolutely correct. I will have more on tennis that day. I had more on Challenger tennis this morning.
On the Challenger Tour, not even on the main tour. All right, Zach, thank you as always, man. Appreciate it.
Thanks, guys.
Zack Cohen, everybody. Betting on X. All of his stuff. Every sport. VSiN.com. We'll talk some golf. A little country clubbing next. On a numbers game right here at VSiN, the Sports Betting Network.
This Sunday, Big Game 60 takes over, and VSiN's got every angle covered. Start with VSiN's Pro Football Tailgate Show at 9 a.m. Eastern. Then roll into a numbers game, prop points, and money moves leading up to kickoff. At 6 p.m., it's Big Game Betting live from Vegas, tracking props and delivering sharp live betting insight as the game unfolds. Then at 10, we're cashing out, grading bets, and breaking down the big game. Check out VSiN.com for all the action and join us on the Sports Betting Network.
Join the guru, John Hansen, at the intersection of prop betting and fantasy sports on Prop Points, only on VSiN.
You know what? I'm going to blame Andy Reid for cronyism because Matt Nagy stinks. A guy like Jefferson, you got to be a part of the solution, not part of the problem, and he's been part of the problem.
John and his guests will help you find the connection between the two and give you his expert advice on how to capitalize when a number is too good to pass up. Prop Points, weekdays at 1 p.m. Eastern on VSiN.
VSiN, the Sports Betting Network.
Don't forget to check out the Sharp Plays, unmatched transparency with records updated daily, AI betting analysis, real-time global betting information, and alerts directly from the pros. SharpPlays.com. Scan the QR code for more. In the category of, I lollygagged too much and I got a worse number than I thought I was going to get, I got Darnold at MVP plus 125. There was a rogue plus 135.
You lollygagged, you missed 10 cents.
I missed 10 cents. But I did. Just being honest.
You did.
It happens to all of us.
But you're in.
I'm in.
You're in.
Darnold plus
MVP.
125.
All right, I like it. Shooter McGamblin just sent me a tweet I'm going to bring up with you. Send it to me and Will Hill because I was on Should Have Bet More with Will the other day, and Will's been asking everybody what's your go-to food for Super Bowl parties, okay?
He loves that question, by the way.
Yeah. And
I think he was asking
kind
that
of fumbled it a little bit because I was like,
Yeah.
I don't know. You know how our normal Sunday is for Super Bowl. It's just like we do the show, then it's get home right away. I want to make sure I'm locked into the TV. I'm not even thinking about food yet. So I don't even know what I said. I think I said some wings. I think I said wings, which I do love. Shooter McGamble goes, can't believe no one has said buffalo chicken dip for their favorite Super Bowl food. Healthier than wings, especially if you go with some carrots instead of chips. Gil, odd food that I have a problem with. I love buffalo chicken. I love chip dips. I don't think buffalo chicken dip's all that good. It's an overpowering flavor.
Oh, can I share with you an ethical matter that happened to me yesterday? Because I got chicken fingers.
I am the
last
king
night.
of ethics.
This just popped in my head now because I don't know, for whatever reason I went to the Aria food court last night.
Okay.
I don't know why. I was just like, let me try something different. Whatever. Just want to get something quick.
Yeah.
There were very few people in there. Like, these casinos are empty.
What's going on this week?
I have no idea. There was literally, I'm talking no more than 6 people in there besides me.
Trying to figure out who's more shocked by this, you or me, because you should have seen me driving up here on Monday. I was like, is there a holiday today I'm unaware of or something?
This was not 9 p.m. either. This was 7:30. So it was really weird. So, you order at the Aria food court, you order on kiosks. Mm-hmm. So I punch in my thing, and then I go to tap. And I notice that it's doing something. It was odd because it took a little while longer. So I'm like, wait, that's weird. And so then it finally goes through. And I'm like, what? What's going on? I thought something was strange. Anyway, you know what I see? Someone had left their credit card inserted. It's kind of dark in there and it's kind of low. Someone had left their credit card inserted, and whoever's credit card that was paid for my dinner. So now I've made a discovery. Somebody's credit card is there. Somebody has paid for my meal. There's only 6 people in there. If there was 60 people in there, I would have handled this differently. I'd have gone to a security person and been like, hey, man, here's a credit card. Somebody write. But there's only 6. So I went Abe Lincoln on him, right? Abe Lincoln, actually, the story was he went to 1,000 people or whatever it was to find $5 and give $5 back. So I went to the very first table in front of me. There's literally only 6 people, right? It couldn't have been, chances are that I was going to hit somebody.
Were they in a close enough area that you could have just announced to all 6 of them, or no?
No.
Okay.
No. So I just
had to set the scene.
I just walked to one table with 2 people. I'm like, are you Brian? And then his last name, right? I mispronounced his last name a little bit. He goes, yeah, I am. I go, here's your credit card. You left it in the thing. And oh, by the way, I owe you money. And I gave him money. And he, by the way, was interesting. And I gave him the money in cash. He wasn't that moved by it. He's like, oh, thanks. It was the guy next to him was like, oh, man, that was so nice of you. Anyway, that was my little ethical thing last night with chicken fingers.
Oh, man, I think you handled it perfectly.
Well, I think because it was, I don't want to give myself too much credit, but it was because there was only 6 people in there. I was like, I should probably just roll up to these people and ask them.
No, it's be completely honest. I would hope that I would do the same thing. I would have done the same thing. And you're right, the 6 people change it. If it was 60, like you're saying,
I would just give it to security.
It would have been to the manager, and maybe depending on the night I had, I would have told them if it charged for my food or not.
Well, no, that's the thing. That was the part that would have been the dilemma. What would you have done in that situation? Right.
That's
anyway,
probably why I might have kept it quiet, Gil, if there was that many people.
Thanks for bringing up chicken. Otherwise, I wouldn't remember that story.
You're a gentleman and a scholar.
That's
you actually really thought it out. The individual, you did it right, man.
But it was interesting to see that guy's reaction was not nearly as not that I was going for the reaction, but he was sort of like, yeah, thanks, man.
Isn't it like it's that, right? Like not like you're expecting a big reaction, but like if this happened to me, like you fake it, right? You fake it. Oh man, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. If it happened
to me, I would have been so thankful for the credit card, and I would have said,
"You don't take the money.
You got your keep your money.
Yeah,
keep your money."
Absolutely.
Because honestly, his credit card could have been in there all night paying for 1 million people's meals.
Okay, not only that, if he's a tourist and in from out of town, good luck for the rest of the time you're here without your credit card, right? I hope you got several backups there. You're not getting one.
Hey, do we have the video of what we're looking at when we do country clubbing? Do we have that video available?
We do. You may want to give the guys a minute. But
we'll give them a minute.
Yeah.
Okay. In the meantime, do we just go country clubbing? Oh, we have it. This is the video.
Yeah, you want to do the full open and then the video?
Okay. Here's the full open of country clubbing.
Do some art, boys.
There we go.
Make it artistic.
All right.
That's what Darnell is. He's an artist.
Why is the music so low? There we go. All right. This is what we look at.
Oh, there you go.
This is from our perspective. This is our crew.
Look at that face.
Glow sticks, baby.
Yeah, man.
You don't think we get pumped for tennis and golf segments?
That's right.
Who's got 2 glow sticks? Darnell's
Darnell,
got 2?
yeah.
Darnell's got 2. Darnell, once again, employee of the week. Larry gets very mad. Our director, Larry, gets very mad when we give Darnell employee of the week every week.
Crew member of the week.
Crew member of the week. All right, let's talk.
I think I named Larry crew member of the year though on like December 31st. So yeah. He got the year.
Right.
He got the whole year.
Kelly apparently has a complete dictator, authoritarian power in naming.
I'm having a lot of fun with like the worst thing you could do with anybody who you work with is actually do accolades like that. I love that that's what we're doing. Like you're in front of everybody. Do it in front of everybody too.
All right, Waste Management, Phoenix Open. This is the one where you get to emote, and I'm understating it if you're in the crowd. Beer spraying everywhere. You got bets. What do you got?
I do. Just to update things because we have gotten underway. Obviously, live markets these days. Thank God we haven't made a big enough a deal of that in a while. Just the fact that you can bet golf whenever. Right, like I'm going to go over some bets that a lot of these guys haven't started yet. You might get a little better numbers. Some guys have.
Shout out World Sports Exchange. No one ever did it better in golf.
It's great. Right now, just updating the leaderboard. Rasmus Højgaard, 2 under par, as well as Christian Bezuidenhout, Mark Hubbard, and Matt Fitzpatrick, all 2 under par. Let's see. We've got at 1 under, we've got Daniel Berger in there. We got Jake Knapp in there, so I like seeing that. And where is Scotty Scheffler?
He went in the water.
Yeah, he went in the water on hole 2. He is even par. So birdie and then bogey for Scheffler to start here.
He is human after all.
He is human after all. There was one of the things I was concerned about, Gil, kind of last night. That you don't really worry about weather here. It's out in the desert. It's one of the courses that we kind of refer to as dome golf, where it's just because of the mountain protection and stuff, you don't really see too much wind. You're not getting too much rain out there. Winds picked up overnight last night, so I can't. We've got the tournament on here. I can't really see it that closely, though. There was some concern that wind gusts this morning could be kind of big, and there might be a little bit of a wave advantage here with guys going out this afternoon and then playing tomorrow morning. So something to keep your eye on. I did kind of make a bet because of that. I played Scheffler first-round leader. I did add my boy Keith Mitchell, too, who goes out this afternoon. Another guy who plays very well at this course, long off the tee, great on approach. Has not been super sharp this season so far, but a lot of good history here. So first-round leaders for me, Scheffler and Keith Mitchell. Look, Scheffler's right back at even par. You probably get a little bit better number on him now for first-round leader, 2 holes in if you want to play there. As far as outrights for the tournament, Cameron Young, Maverick McNeely, and Chris Goddard for me. Goddard is out there right now. I do not believe the other 2 have started. All 3 of these guys, man, I have been playing pretty heavily. Actually, this whole card is pretty heavy for me on guys that I've played so far this season. Top 10s also on Cameron Young and Maverick McNeely, as well as Chris Goddard. I didn't have that one listed here. Top 20s then on Goddard, Jake Knapp, Ricky Fowler, Pearson Coody. Knapp and Coody have just been so hot to start this season. Going to just keep riding top 20s with them. And then top 40 on Daniel Berger. If you're just getting set for this tournament now, I'd probably skip the Berger bet since he's out on the golf course and already 1 under. I think the rest of these are all bettable, though. I know Jake Knapp's out there. I just said he was 1 under, too. I think he's bettable. I think he's going to be around all weekend. I think you could still get in on that price. But yeah, a lot of guys, especially Gil, focused on guys that are long off the tee here, good approach players. And then, Cameron Young, Maverick McNeely, Chris Goddard, all good putters as well. So hoping that's what I'm going to battle with. And yes, I did play him in the regular outright markets. I did not play the winner without. Again, just going back to that tweet, I do agree with that. I personally agree with what he tweeted. I'm almost always going to play the outright market instead of the winner without. I think that is for people, though, that are betting this every week. If you're especially this weekend, it's Super Bowl weekend, you want to bet some golf and just hang out, watch some golf, head into football. You want win or without, save yourself a headache of Scotty Scheffler being involved on Sunday. Yeah, I have no problems with anybody doing it that way.
Nikolai Højgaard, also a 3-back as well. Have the two Højgaards ever had a mano-a-mano down the stretch of a golf tournament?
That would be cool.
That would be cool. Yeah.
Rasmus, a 3-under now. He's taking the lead, solo lead by himself.
1-stroke lead over Bezaden Hoot. Mark Hubbard